Gulshan EducationWali, and I say warm welcome to all of you who are be here and watching us on my YouTube channel, that is Voice of Faisalabad, and on my Facebook profile, that is Gulshan EducationWali. Again in my studio, that is Colors of Care, a very respectable guest is here, and I say on behalf of me, it is a great honor and privilege to warmly welcome you today. Your presence among us is truly inspiring and valuable for our learning community. Your knowledge, experience, and dedication to your field serve as a source of motivation for educators. I say I am grateful to you that you have taken the time from your busy schedule to join me and share your insight. I believe that today's session will not only enrich my understanding but also inspire us to think more deeply and act more purposefully in our respective fields. Once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome and appreciation. I look forward to a meaningful and engaging conversation with you. Thank you and welcome to this platform. I say welcome to you. Can you give us your introduction, please? Uh,
Sure,
Over to you.
sure. I'll be happy to do my introduction. First of all, I want to say thank you to you very much for having me as your guest today. Actually, it's an honor to be on here to share my story and also help support all women. Currently, I am the founder and the CEO of the Women in Action Leadership Series, Inc. I happen to live in Ontario, Canada. So we're a fair distance away. So, with my introduction, I went through both college and university, and I studied. First of all, I started to study nutrition because I really believe in women looking after themselves and our self care mentally, physically, and also with our soul. So I went through nutrition, and then I actually went through business school. So I had a varied education, but my education also prepared me for what I wanted to do. So, with my current business, Women in Action Leadership Series Inc., I coach and I train women to help them go into higher fields, more into leadership positions, find themselves so that they can have the personal and the professional lives that they want, and also help them to meet their goals. So after I was done in the corporate world, after 30 years, I knew what my passion was. My passion was definitely to help women and help them move forward. So that's what I do with my journey. That was involved in a lot of my schooling. I always believed that women had a special place in the world. And I also remember my father saying to me when I was very young that, Brenda, you can do anything you want to do in life. So go after what you want. So that would be my message to you and all the women that hopefully are listening today, is go after what you want and believe that you can do it, because you can.
Okay, what inspired you to focus specifically on building confidence in professionals?
Okay. Well, first of all, I think confidence is one of the main attributes that women have to have in life, period. You have to be confident in yourself and your capabilities, because when women are confident, we display our confidence. We display it by the way we walk in a room, by the way we talk to people, by our stature and how we sit tall. And so I always believe confidence was one of those areas that we all needed. And going through my career and also being an entrepreneur, I knew that I had the confidence to leave the corporate world and follow my dream and my passion in order that we could help all women. all women, and move forward in their careers. So I would say, to me, you need to have that confidence. I also have coached many women on finding their confidence. I believe all women have confidence. It's just that too often we're just afraid to put ourselves out there in case we fail. So women have a lot to think about too as we move forward.
Okay, you are an entrepreneur and a leadership coach. How did this journey begin for you?
Okay. Well, my journey into being a leadership coach and now becoming an entrepreneur actually really started when I went, long before, I think, before I went into the work world, because I had older sisters too that worked. And I would often hear them telling me things such as, the men make more money than I do, or I don't have a chance at the promotion, a man will get it. And I remember hearing that a lot when I was the younger sister and growing up. So I found that in my corporate career, I really had to prove myself. And especially when I got promoted to a vice president, I was the first female vice president in a sector in this large organization that I worked for. And like everyone else, every woman, I knew I deserved it. I wanted it. I had worked hard. I educated myself hard, but still there was that little bit inside of me that, can I really do this? And it took that powerful thought process and affirmations, that I think women don't do enough. And to me, I started with positive affirmations as well, like, I am worthy. I can do this, you know. And when you put yourself in a positive mindset, that helps you. So, with when I left the corporate world, I also saw the fact that women were often overlooked for positions that they were more than capable of doing. I saw that as well. And I experienced at first the fact that as a woman, I was making 30% less than my male counterparts. And I knew this was happening. So I did go to the corporate office and I didn't stand my ground, but I saw that and I experienced it. So when I decided to leave the corporate world, I knew that God, my savior, whoever, sent me a blessing saying that, Brenda, you're needed in the world. You're needed to help other women, regardless of diversity, regardless of anything. You need to help all women and help them see that they're just as confident and they're capable of doing it. So when I saw that shining light, I knew that it was my time to take my knowledge, my passion, and share it with as many women as I possibly could. So when I first became an entrepreneur, I did many free workshops just to help myself get known of who I am and what my passion is. I also joined a lot of networks for women because I believe in networking. You have to get to know, and you never know who you're going to meet when you're out in this, grand big world we live in. So I just feel blessed that I saw and felt that I was meant to leave corporate life and go out and do this training and coaching to help all women.
Okay, what are the most common confidence challenges you see in women professionals today?
That's a really good question. I think that is one really top question. I made just a short reference to it just earlier when I was speaking, but I think the biggest challenge for women today is actually this imposter syndrome. And that imposter syndrome symbolizes added anxiety and fear. And that anxiety and fear is what is holding women back, whether they're young women or older, mid or older women, but that still is holding them back. So that imposter syndrome is also a key part of my coaching series, because I would say that's the majority of women I support are women who have the imposter syndrome. And once again, they just don't feel that they're worthy enough or they're capable enough, or men will laugh at them, or men won't, acknowledge them. So I would say the imposter syndrome. Then, along with that, I say society. Society is what is often holding women back in different parts of the world. I'm very fortunate to live in Canada, a very different parts of the world. Women aren't given those opportunities. And I find still in Canada, there are still some companies that really think that old age thinking that women cannot do the job. Women aren't strong enough. Women are too empathetic. So I would say societal pressures. Many societies believe women should just be at home, and that there's nothing wrong with being at home. I was home a long time with when I had my first daughter. I only have one daughter, but when I had my daughter, and so that's those feelings that women should be at home, women should be looking after the family, women are the caregivers, and I believe that women are the structure of home life. I really do. And to me, women I've seen and met over the years, they're a CEO of their home. They do everything. They cope with all these challenges every day in their lives, and they make sure their children, their husbands, their partners, everyone is looked after but themselves. So I think that societal pressure on women really has to change. And that hopefully women, you know, end up with partners and live with husbands and partners that believe in them and believe that women have a place in society and women have a right to bring forward and move forward so that they meet their goals. Women shouldn't just be left, with no goals, no dreams, no aspirations. So I believe in that, because the imposter syndrome, societal, what society is doing, even large corporations not paying women the same amount of money for doing the same job. So there are all these factors that to me are targeting women and also keeping them away from, going on to the positions they need. But I had a lot of support, and I believe women as a whole need a lot of support. Whether that's support, hopefully, too, from your family, your friends, a woman's network. Women need that support. I could talk on that subject for a long time.
Okay, can you share a success story where your coaching created a big transformation?
Definitely. I have a few stories, but I'm going to share one of a young girl named Laura. She was just 19 years of age um, when actually I met her in a store. And we just started to chat and stuff. And she asked me what I did, and I told her. And so I gave her my number, and she called me a week later. And she had been working in this store for, at that time, 4 years. And she was only 19 years, but she started doing stocking shelves in the back and, in the back for stores and stuff. But anyway, she recognized that different people within this company were going on and she wasn't. Even though she had requested to the manager and told them, the corporate manager, that she wanted to go on. She wanted to one day be a manager because she felt she could do it. So, anyways, they didn't really listen to her, but she came to me and she told me what her problem was, and we had many talks. And actually, we still talk today, and this is 2 years later. So, she actually went through my program. I do have a 7 module Unleash Your Brilliance program, training program. But also during that training program, I spend the extra time with each woman that I work with. And we get to know each other very well. And so she went through my program at first. And then she felt she was more confident. She could do the job more so. So she went back again. And then they decided to put her on the manager training program. Well, today she is running herself. one of those stores. And when I go by the city she lives in, because I've moved more into the country now, I always stop in and see her or call her. So to me, that was my dearest story, because here was this young woman wanting so far, wanting so hard to move forward, but didn't know where to go. And today, to see that she's made her dream and that she's continuing to take classes to move up in the company, that's one story I'll never forget. I think it was because of her age.
How has your work with Compass Group Canada and Canada College shaped your experience in your
Okay.
someone in your opinion? What are the three key elements of strong leadership?
Okay. I would have to say the three. First one would be vision. You have to have your vision. Know what you want to do. And you don't know that often when you're very young and you're just in school. You don't know. I can give an example. My daughter was 8 years educated because she really didn't know what she wanted to do until her second career. So, but she started with the vision, but then she went along a different area. So start with a vision. Understand what your goals are. I put vision and goals together. That next second part I would say is understand you have to be adaptable, because not everything comes at once. Sometimes you have to work part time, and I did. Sometimes you have to work part time to be able to do, the schooling that you want. So you have to be adaptable. And I think connecting with people, have those connections. Never be afraid, you know, to network with people, and get out there and be seen. So I know I'm going a little bit longer than what you asked for the elements, but I certainly see vision and I see goals with vision. I definitely see the connection, and then with that I would also put empathy. I found one of the attributes, talents. Maybe I was, given these, but empathy is a big one. You have to be empathetic. You have to be empathetic enough to understand your employees and realize that not every person is the same in the world. Every person has that potential and every person can do it. But at times we just have to give them, the extra direction or the extra power they need. But in today's environment, with all the struggles and loneliness people are feeling everywhere, and in some countries women feel like they're banished from what they want to do, I truly believe that empathy is the number one. I would put, actually, empathy is number one. There's so many values and elements to being a strong leader. I mean, I can go on and on, but those that I just mentioned: have your vision, be empathetic, network, be adaptable, get out there and be seen, and trust yourself that you can do all those things.
Amazing. Many talented people struggle with self doubt. What practical steps can they take to overcome it?
Self doubt is very common no matter where you are and what stage of life you're going through. We all carry self doubt with us. My thoughts on that is, first of all, is set achievable goals. When you're first starting out to work, or even when you're younger, you know that, okay, you're not going to go right in and be the manager right away if you don't have any experience. So set achievable goals. And also, when you're goal setting, I think it's very important to listen to feedback. And whether that feedback is positive or negative, listen to that feedback. And you yourself can decide, is that really me? Or, yeah, maybe that is me, right? And I have some things that I have to change inside me to be who I want. So set your goals, have those achievable goals, be open to feedback, And surround yourself, always in your life, always surround yourself by supportive people, any supportive peers and friends that you have, and hopefully in your family. But support is very key to be able to help get over self doubt. And I think it's important to practice self reflection and look at yourself in the mirror, and then just say, really, this is who I am today. I used to do this when I was little. This is who I am today, but tomorrow I'm going to be that person. I remember my father leaving for work every day in business with his attache case, right? I used to call it his little suitcase. So I would often walk around the house with my mom's purse and I would hold it like this. I was only 4 or 5 years old and I would hold it and I'd be saying, I'm going to work. Really, I wasn't going to work, but I was saying that because to me, what my father said to me when I was young, I never undervalued. And I thought, yes, I can be. And I'm going to be like daddy when I was little because I had my mom's purse. And here I was. I was off to work, but really I was just off to school. So I think there are definitely ways and means to overcome self doubt. And women have to understand that. I have, you know, supported over hundreds of women in coaching. And self doubt to me goes together with lack of confidence and that imposter syndrome where women feel I'm not good enough. Nobody's going to accept me. So those are key words I speak to all the time now is are those facts. Look in the mirror, look at you, and then look at yourself in the future. And that'll hold a very strong vision and image for you.
Okay, and I asked two questions at once. How important is mindset in achieving professional recognition? And the second one is that what mistake should emerging leaders avoid?
Okay, so what do good leaders, strong leaders avoid? Sorry,
And
I
then
had a
the
okay. Hopefully, I'll answer your question. And if I don't, you let me. You tell me, okay? Um, Obviously, your mindset is definitely that's got to be positive. You've got to have a positive mindset, and you've got to realize that without a positive mindset, your mental and physical being won't be able to help you get to where you want to be. Mistakes for emerging leaders, really, I would say, um, to avoid would be, you know, never stop communicating. Avoid, never stop communicating. Have that effective communication skills that you need to communicate so people understand you and what you're talking about. And with communication, to me, would also come um, always know what you're talking about. I also teach public speaking. So also know what you're talking about. And so make sure if you're going to communicate on something or deliver a message or a speech, make sure that you're really, really involved with that and you feel that. And also, I mentioned it earlier, but always don't resist getting feedback. That helped me grow and helped me develop into the person I became. And never overlook the, I would say, again, networking and the importance of building your relationships. Start building your relationships early in your life and your friendships early in your life because those people are the ones, those friends, whether they're females or males, those friends are going to be there for you as you move forward. Some of my best friends I still have are from high school, and I still have some friends from university. Well, five of us, but the five of us women are still very good friends, and we still support each other. And they all do different types of speaking as well, and two are teachers. So we always have a lot in common. So that would be my message on that. And stay open, stay open to development. If you have a chance, don't ignore development. If you have an opportunity to learn, to be coached, by a coach or a mentor, take that opportunity to the best of your ability. Take that opportunity because it really does help.
Okay. What message would you like to give to women in Pakistan and other developing regions?
Mhm. I would say to the women in Pakistan and other developing areas, I would say continue to believe, believe in your capabilities, believe in yourself, and don't let societal, what society is saying, limit your ambitions for growth or to be who you are. When those liabilities are there, I would say seek any opportunities that you can for growth in areas that are just going to help you, even if it's about your self-care, about your mental state. Reach out for people that who can help you. And also realize that growth lies around us everywhere. There's so many opportunities for growth. And everything you learn through your life as a child and growing up, you'll find how that'll help you, as you grow up into a woman. And I'll never underestimate the importance of belonging to networks, supportive networks. I have a private Facebook group called Sassy Leadership Hub, where women meet. I'll do training through there. I've done training, I do coaching, I do postings on leadership. This is free. I do postings on leadership. I do talk a lot of areas just about self care, mental health. So that is a free avenue for women. And look for these avenues that are out there. And obviously, you want to be with someone who's reliable and you've heard of before, right? So I would say that too. Seek your opportunities. Seek out Facebook groups. What's happening? That's if you don't have the money. What's happening free of charge out there? What's happening? But hopefully, and my biggest goal for the women in Pakistan and developing regions is that you have a partner in life that believes in women and believes in women's right to move forward and have their goals met too.
I think so. Having a trust on your abilities is the generalized message for every person from anywhere. Okay, how can working mother balance leadership ambitions with family responsibilities? This is the
Once,
last question of my interview.
okay. Uh, well, first of all, I'd have to say that you have to start with a supportive partner, whether that's your partner in life, whether that's a parent, whether that's a sister, whether that's a friend. You need to have someone who's going to support you because when you decide to go on a leadership journey or a journey to your goals, whatever those goals may be, these goals and aspirations take you different places in your life, mentally, physically. But when you decide your journey, have not only your internal belief, but have others that you can count on, believe in you as well. And they become your support channel. And along with that, I tell women that they really have to look after themselves. Like that self care is so important. Look after your body, look after your mind, your soul, because self care, I found, is what helped me get through many of the challenges I had. I was a working mom too. And was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. But I had a very supportive husband and a very supportive mom who would help. Like I mentioned, I only had one daughter until she started to grow up. It's challenging for women. Other women have been lucky where they've had the opportunity to have live-in nannies to help them, right? But not every woman has that. And many women don't have that support of having a live-in babysitter or a live-in nanny. So I got a lot of support from my family and also from good friends that would come when my daughter was ill, they'd come so I could go to work. And I took classes in the evening. I studied a lot in the evening to help me become the best person I could be. And every elevation I went, every time I got a promotion, I felt it and I went with it and I prepared for it. So because it takes years to for you to feel okay, I'm a very strong leader. But once it happens to you, that feeling is seen on your face every time you walk into a room. I've so much appreciated our conversation, and I really enjoyed your questions.
Brenda,
I'm so
do you know you are full of life? It's
oh,
amazing.
thank you. Oh, that is, you know what?
Having
Thank
a
you very.
very positive vibes for you, and I really enjoyed this session because all the time you are smiled, all the time you have a very positive vibes. This is inspiring and this is wonderful.
I thank you so much. I
Thank
really,
you
I
so
do thank
much,
you.
Brenda, for your timing, for your engagement. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're
Have a
welcome.
very wonderful life. Have a very, very wonderful life.
Thank you.
Stay
And who
blessed.
knows? Hopefully, one day, who knows? Maybe you'll be on one of my sessions, or you'll come and hear me speak, right? Who knows? So, all the best to you as well. And it was an
Thank you
honor.
so much. Thank
Okay.
you so
Have a
much.
great day.